I went to see this guy, a doctor, my friendly country doctor, and he recommended that I take some Valium and what was the other one? Xanax. Oh, yeah, Xanax.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I would do just, this is the craziest of all combinations, but it'd be a Sunday and I would take Xanax and watch football, which is just insane because football is just such a violent sport. And Xanax just zones you out. And that's how I would spend my Sundays, plus a few other, well, you know, some beer and stuff. But I mean, like, you just, you know.
Recommendation.
No.
Liquor with drugs.
No, I'm telling you, don't. Because Mondays would come and I felt horrible because I also didn't realize how much I'd been drinking and everything, right? So, you know, Xanax,
you were
football.
kind of zoned out, so you just kept drinking.
Oh, God. Yeah, exactly. And so, and then I would take it, and like both to Valium and to Xanax, you kind of build up a resistance to it and just doesn't do any good. All of those things are supposed to be like a temporary thing. They're not supposed to be like, I take it 4 times a day. You know, it's just supposed to be a temporary thing to where you get your problem fixed or whatever, and then you can move on or the anxiety passes. And what happens, well, with me, in my experience, and what seems to happen with other people, but with me, the anxiety didn't just magically go away in a few days. And then you're taking it, and then you need to take 2 or 3 or 4. So anyway, fast forward to the future. I found out that I really had to do some deep digging and find out what the root cause of that anxiety was. And facing it and going through it is what stopped that. Now, I still have days when I'm like, I'll just be a little bit edgy, or like about a year and a half ago, I stopped smoking cigarettes and I stopped doing a lot of stuff on this day. And just to get me through, I didn't take Valium, but I went to the vitamin store and I got valerium. And I found out that there's a standardized version of valerium, which I think just means it's a steady release. And it just calms me out. I have days when I have a lot of different thoughts going on. So I take this stuff called GABA, which just reduces the amount of neurotransmitters that are firing in my brain so I can focus just on a few thoughts, not on 1,000. And, you know, I still have my days when I just get a little bit edgy. But outside of just, you know, buying a valerian plant and planting it in my windowsill, you know, I try not to take a lot of medicine because pharmaceuticals were supposed to be good things for you, and they would take valerium and put it in a way, you know, that you could take it. But there's processes now, and they add in these other things to give it shelf life and stuff like that that just aren't good for you, and they're toxic. So I try to stay pretty natural. And now I've got to the point through the meditation, when I stay on track and do it, really helps me a lot, and I need less of almost anything else, you know, so.
Well, I think you just wound up in the best place possible. And I think when we can find ways in our day, natural ways in our day, to give our minds a rest and our bodies a rest through meditation, through a walk in nature, through just sitting, you know, allowing pleasant thoughts to come through, or watching a funny movie, or listening to beautiful music.